The Cloverfield Paradox. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is both a review of the movie and also the current state of the Cloverfield universe. I can't even begin to explain how livid I am with this movie. One absolute pile of shit. Bad filmmaking in every degree, bad franchising in every degree. Just like I actually forgot what a really bad film looks like. I've watched quite a lot of good films recently, and it's been so long since I've since been this bad. This was just so bad. What the hell? What the hell happened? Like, I had my hopes up, and I knew it was gonna be shit. Like, I didn't want it to be. I had my hopes up, like I said, but it was gonna be shit. Of course, it was gonna be shit. It came out of fucking nowhere. Like, I've been waiting for a trailer for this movie. I was expecting a Cloverfield God Particle trailer within the next couple of months. Due to some quiet marketing and some updates on the ARG. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's just like, oh, it's on Netflix, and 10 years later, we finally get the answer. No, we don't. No, we don't. At least not an answer that's slightly, conceivably fucking coherent or satisfying. Okay. But I had my hopes up. I was like, oh, maybe they've made like a secret masterpiece, like a masterpiece in secret. Like, you never know, man. High hopes. I consider myself a fairly hardcore fan of the Cloverfield series, in the sense that I enjoyed the first movie a lot and was immediately sucked into the mystery. I've been following the Cloverfield ARG for years. I was a massive fan of 10 Cloverfield Lane, which some people don't seem to realise is directly connected to the Cloverfield universe besides the titles. Although yes, it is a standalone movie with the Cloverfield just shoved into the title, but it works both ways. So that's cool. It worked. At the end of the day, it worked. For those unaware of what the Cloverfield ARG is, I do suggest you go check out, Inside of Mind's channel. He has covered pretty much the entirety of the universe in like a video or two, and I'm not going to do that. He's already done it. He's cool. So go watch that if you need to. I am aware that I've developed my own expectations to the origins of the monster, which is, as far as I'm concerned, one of the most needed answers in Hollywood history, and the only reason to keep creating Cloverfield movies is to answer this shit. Where did it come from and why? Well, the where is really easy to answer. It's really easy to figure out. But the why has gripped me for so long, and now this film comes along and just totally kicks me in the dick for no reason at all. Just totally unprovoked, kick to the dick. And I really, really want to get into all the universe stuff, but let's talk about the movie first. So this is the Netflix summary. Orbiting above a planet on the brink of war, scientists test a device to solve an energy crisis and end up face to face with a dark alternate reality. So it's basically about CERN. That's fine. That's a fine setup for the movie. In the most basic form, the movie's premise is fine. It's topical, sciencey, with a lot of potential and wiggle room to get weird and more sciencey, or both. If only the people making the movie had any kind of creativity between them. Jesus. I'm going to explain what their version of a dark alternate reality is in a minute. So the first 10 minutes, just horrible dump of exposition. Just blah, 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 this is what's going on. Blah, 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 this is why we're doing it. Like, okay, fine. I don't mind a bit of exposition if it's just like, if a movie needs it to get started, fine, I can handle it. But this was just so bad. And the dialogue in the movie is real bad, real terrible. So we meet a small crew, learning the main character is and what baggage she comes from, and through a montage see how they fail over and over again to get their giant hydrogen collider particle accelerator thing to work. The technology is so dangerous that they have to take it into space. How do we know? Because Donald Exposition Dump Logue is on the TV giving some of the worst exposition foreshadowing I've ever heard in my life. Jesus Christ, listen to this.
This minute, they're testing a particle accelerator up there so we can learn how to make unlimited energy down here. The accelerator is 1,000 times more powerful than any ever built. Every time they test it, they risk ripping open the membrane of space-time, smashing together multiple dimensions, shattering reality, and not just on that station, everywhere. This experiment could unleash chaos, the likes of which we have never seen. Monsters, demons, beasts from the sea.
To clarify,
Beasts from the Sea. Are you serious? Fuck off, movie. This is funny to me though, because the Cloverfield monster is literally that. It's a beast from the sea. It's confirmed by JJ years ago. Yeah, as you'll see, the movie quickly forgets that. So the world is on the brink of war at this point, yet they're still decided on sending a diverse group of people into space to fix the energy resource problem. Like, what? Like, your suns and oceans and winds still work, don't they? Like, what are you doing? They need I mean, it's not just energy. They want unlimited energy, which is just it's just a stupid. I mean, it's a boring topic to me now. To be honest, like, it's so stupid. So yeah, you have to build a particle accelerator in space because the ones on Earth are obsolete now. Just like fuck off, movie, whatever. Okay, so we get a scene where the crew is chilling. And then we get some conflict arises as the Russian crew member Volkov claims he does such a perfect job of fixing and disaffecting, which apparently is a lie and nobody is bothered by, but accuses the guy with the job that actually, that actually matters, the job that's actually worth a damn, for not doing it properly. Which, fair enough. Like, why, like, it's just one of them. Like, I get it. You want to go to space to be safe during your experiments, but like you have no idea whether it's going to work, and you've been here for years. It's stupid. And the reason it doesn't work is just fucking stupid. Anyway, as the Russian guy says, he comes out with like, "We've both heard the reports. Germany is preparing for war, and every day that goes by, more and more Russians starve every day, whatever." And it's just like, are you serious? Fuck off, movie. If I have to explain why this is a dumb line, a dumb conflict, you can fuck off too, people. Anyway, so they try to get the accelerator active again, but before they do, the group of god-defying astroscientists say a little prayer because, okay, they start up their engine and oh look, it's a Cloverfield movie. Look, nice little Easter egg. The accelerator overloads and everyone is shot up in the air, and yes, don't expect any realistic depiction of space travel in this movie, just don't. And then back down. The crew fix the ship, most notably by activating the ventilation, which we find out at the end of the movie is why the accelerator never worked, because dust or something, I can't remember, it just seems stupid, innit? I understand that in space, everything has to be absolutely down to an absolute perfect degree or whatever, but still, just... this fucking movie, I'm getting sick of it just reading it. Okay. So now we get to the main event of the movie. The planet Earth has disappeared. The crew panics and begins to fix what they can. They start to realise things are not what they see, and they discover the gyro is missing. Then a screeching can be heard throughout the ship, and they rip down a panel to find a random woman blood-ravened into the circuitry. They rescue her, medicate her. Cut to the main chick's boyfriend waking back up on planet Earth to the sound of explosion. Throughout the movie, we keep cutting to this guy on his little venture, which is fuck all but pissing me off, because it's just... his story, this film just keeps throwing subplots at you, and it's just, I'm not interested in any of these subplots. Just give me a decent fucking sci-fi or a decent explanation where the monster came from. Christ, man. It's not hard. Why am I even reviewing this movie, man? Why do I care so much? It's fucking awful. It's just an awful piece of shit movie. I can't even believe it. Why am I bothering? Why do I care so much? This movie fucking sucked, man. Just in every way possible. I don't know why I'm reviewing it, man. And then, not only did it suck as a movie and as a franchise, it just had the audacity to just throw in this blatant Godzilla-inspired shot of the Cloverfield monster at the end, just to be a spoiler alert. The Cloverfield monster's in it. He pops up at the end and goes, "Ah!" Fuck off, movie. Jesus Christ. The absolute audacity of that shot just blew my mind. Like, really, just... This film that's got absolutely nothing to do with Cloverfield, all of a sudden, it's fucking... Why, man? I don't think I've ever watched a film that had bad robot come at the front of it and be disappointed. Like, Jesus Christ, what a terrible film. Has JJ just like sold his property? Has he just been like, I don't want to give a shit, let's just, as long as something's going out with Cloverfield now, I don't give a shit anymore. That's not acceptable, JJ. Not acceptable at all. This movie said it would explain where the monster came from. Did it? No. Hell no. Not to me, it didn't anyway. From the tiny amount of substance there was. It was my understanding that the Cloverfield monster came about from the merging of two dimensions. Okay, and what? Like, it just pops out of nowhere. Like, is there a portal? Is it awoken? Like, what? It just fucking appears? Which, would be fine if it was, again, an ambiguous ending. But, like, again... The advert said we're going to find out why. We're going to find out everything we want to know, but we don't because fuck you. I mean, the premise alone, like, stirs so much imagination for me. A dark, alternate reality. Like, I could think of so many fucked up shit, or even, it doesn't have to be fucked up, just anything. Like, so much creativity comes to my head. Yeah, like, there's so much to do with it. Instead, let me explain to you what the writers of fucking Cloverfield think a dark reality is. The exact same reality, except the war on Earth is kicked off a few months earlier. Two of the crew's different, and one of them's betrayed. Is a spy. Like what? What the fuck? Honestly, that's just awful, mate. Like a dark alternate reality, one that's slightly the same, except you keep getting poked in the ribs. Fuck off, movie. Ah. Like nothing's expanded upon, like in the Cloverfield universe or in Cloverfield fashion at all. It's just I'm so pissed off. Like fuck that. I'm not even fucking. I'm sick. I'm not talking about the goddamn movie anymore. I'm gonna go through what my overall conjecture to where Cloverfield was and where it was going and where it should have gone, or at least, you know, in my opinion. Like the basic origins of the monster were already set up in the world of Cloverfield. Right, there's a big elitist, multifaceted mining company called Tagarato. It's mainly a deep sea mining company. Ooh, okay, fucking so much to think about already. A deep sea mining company, a big elitist fucking deep sea mining company. Like so much imagination to happen straight away. So Tagarato, it also has famous subsidiaries such as Slusho, a cold beverage company that was flashed up in the movie, and that hired Rob Dawkins, the protagonist from the first movie. A paraffin wax company called Paraffin, which paraffin wax is, if you've seen it, it's the wax that the younger brother puts on the paper boat. But more importantly, companies like Bold Futura, which creates advanced technology and gives people like John Goodman Employee of the Month, and Yoshida Medical Research, which deals in deep sea genetics. The secret ingredient found in Slusho, that the drink, which I mean it's a slush puppy obviously, is called Seabed's Nectar and is extremely addictive and dangerous in its raw form. Bioshock, anyone? Like this is the kind of like world we were dealing with originally. Like this is kind of an interesting, mysterious world we were dealing with, and with evil companies and stuff. So the Tagaroto company obviously makes some kind of discovery in the Atlantic during its deep sea drilling. It has either discovered the monster or it's discovered the parasites, which have high levels of seabed's nectar in their blood, which live on the monster, which they might think is the seabed. I mean, if you think about it, if you go down to the darkest pit of the ocean and you find these new spider alien type creatures, you're not going to exactly assume that they're just lice on something bigger, are you? Regardless, they want to study it, but at the same time, they're beefing with an eco-terrorist group called Tidal Wave, which just sounds like how a stereotypical Asian would say Tidal Wave, in which Tagaroto claims the group attacked the oil rig. So it might be due to the Tagaroto group or the Tidal Wave group, but either way, they end up waking the monster up, and then, you know, Cloverfield, the movie happens. The monster is killed in the bombing at the end. If you didn't know, the monster is definitely killed at the bombing at the very end of Cloverfield. The it's still alive backwards is just, I guess it was just an Easter egg or a little bit of fun, but it's been confirmed to have died by JJ himself. And then after that, nothing. We go nowhere. After that, we just get more hints on the ARG, but nothing for the future of where Cloverfield could go. And then we get 10 Cloverfield Lane. Now, I love 10 Cloverfield Lane. I think it's a brilliant movie on its own, or part of the franchise. I just thought it was a massive surprise. Really enjoyed it. Loved John Goodman in that movie, did. Where was I? So it's but the film's placement in the universe is an interesting one to decipher, because it's set during an alien invasion, but when? Like, is it really as simple as it's just been 8 years since the Cloverfield monster was killed and people have just forgot, as in people in the world like Mary Winstead have just forgot, perhaps, maybe? I do believe the alien invasion extinction is due to the killing of the Cloverfield monster. The alien species in 10 Cloverfield Lane look very similar to the design of Clover, but with like a biomechanical element to them. But like really similar. So like perhaps Clover, the Cloverfield monster, is either a god or a newborn or some kind of both. Like it's definitely a newborn, because, you know, J.J. Abrams said that. He said it's like a newborn baby, but he also said it was thousands of years old. So it's a dormant baby creature thing. So I'm trying to I like the idea that basically this race planted their god seed into the planet, like impregnated the whole planet, and then we woke it and killed it, and then they came back to fucking kill us because we're pissed off. It's kind of got like a Prometheus kind of element in the whole visiting aliens and all that kind of thing. It was really interesting, man. There was lots of variation to the speculation. You know, there was definitely some kind of clear plot laid out, but like you could vary it for your own amusement and satisfaction. But now, thanks to the Cloverfield Paradox, the origin of the monster has been reduced to humans smashed two dimensions together and out it suddenly popped. Fuck off, movie. I hate you. P.S. I've managed to update the video just before I uploaded it. I am on the Cloverfield Wikipedia. The Cloverfield Wikia. So it's like the Wikipedia, but specifically for Cloverfield. So I would say it's trustworthy because it's not like, why would they lie? Anyway, so this is from the Cloverfield ARG timeline, and this is a brief explanation of what happened in the Cloverfield Paradox. 2028. The crew of the Cloverfield station test the particle accelerator in an attempt to unlock limitless renewable energy. However, the test goes wrong. They break the fabric of space and time, making multiple different dimensions collide together and creating different realities. Gigantic monsters are transported from different dimensions and attack Earth in multiple dimensions in both 2008 and 2028. In another dimension, aliens invade Earth in 2016, and the Cloverfield station itself is sent to a universe where Earth is at war and the law of physics appear to be different, causing many strange, unexplained things to happen. I couldn't think of a more ridiculous way that the Cloverfield writers could actually ruin their entire saga. Like, are you serious? Everything I've just been through, and everything everyone else has been through, and everything the whole Cloverfield movies and ARG have been through are just accidents from crashes in dimensions, and that's only the third movie that explains this, so it's only happened twice, so it's not like a big deal anyway. Like, I give up.